Hey guys, it's Chris, and welcome to Toned and Toneful, the self-actualization video podcast, episode number 56. You care about the destination more than devotion. So this week, guys, I want to talk about the idea that caring more about where we're going to go and caring more about our results actually makes it harder for us to achieve those results. It actually makes it harder for us to get to those results clearly because we're more worried about envisioning ourselves at the place that we want to be more than we can envision the solutions and the outcomes that will lead us to the place we want to be. So let me explain for you guys. So it's kind of an interesting psychology because a lot of people will tell you that if you want to achieve a dream or if you want to do a certain task or project, one of the main things you want to do is actually envision this project so that you have a clear mindset and you have a clear picture towards what you want. So this way we can actually come to that vision clearly because we can see it. This is true. To actually some extent, this is very true. We have to know where we want to go in order to dissect the path. But now the interesting thing is many of us get stuck at that first step, just envisioning our dream, our project, our outcome. And while it at the same time is something that is healthy because we are making a future plan, we're making an envisionment and we're creating a reality in our mind where that particular circumstance or that particular set of actions have already happened and we're enjoying the result. Now, the hard part can be is when we envision this result, when we start to create a narrative around that result, we build that into our reality. But this is a false reality, and this is something that we all need to be careful with. Because if you take the time to think about what it is to envision a reality before you get there, and being stuck in this little first phase of going, hey, I want to be a good guitar player. So I imagine myself on stage in front of thousands of people, right? When we envision ourselves on stage in front of thousands of people, there's more than two different ways of looking at it, but there's kind of two main schools of thought. There's a group of people who, when they get to that mindset, they're kind of stuck. They envision this very rigid dream, and only if that outcome happens can they be happy. And I'm pretty sure we've all met these kind of people. Only if they get an A on the test are they happy. Only if they can get something to turn out exactly the way that they were hoping for will they be happy. There are people I've worked on projects with musically, and I'm pretty sure you've worked on projects with musically and outside of music that only accepted one result for the project. And if it didn't look like that, if it wasn't like that, the project wasn't valid anymore. What you guys were doing wasn't valid anymore. They would almost tear the result of that down. So you have one group of people who get so caught up in the vision that they can't see past it. They cement that into a reality that they want to live. They want to live this dream that they have in their head, but they haven't done the work beforehand. And then on the opposite side, you have a group of people who they'll see that vision, but they can see that vision is just telling them a piece of information. And that information is the ending point at which they can break down a path to get to where they want. We all are going somewhere, but if we don't understand the steps that it takes to get to where our project is completed, or if we don't know how to take the steps to know how that project can be completed better for our personality type, for how we work through things, then we're kind of missing this self-actualization lesson. We're missing the ability to take what we're learning in our everyday life and bend that and make that something that works for us. So, when we take the time to envision a dream, or we take the time to start making a project have a actual set of parameters to it, it is so important that we take the time to go, how much am I about the destination versus my devotion? When we love the process of doing something, that means that not only do we love taking action towards the goals that we have, but we take pride in the ability to keep focused on that. We take pride in let's even pull it back a level. let's take away the word pride and let's put in the word gratefulness. We are grateful that we are able to work on our project another day. We are grateful that we were given vision and we were given ideas to the point that we know we have something to work towards. No matter what part of life you end up in, you can envision something better. But as you envision something better, are you constantly putting yourself in a place where you're so thankful that you can look forward into life and have things to look forward to because you're able to have vision, you're able to have purpose and take action, and that gives you not only somewhere to work towards in life, but it gives you a mission, it gives you a purpose. I think one of the greatest things about any of us finding music or finding art before we became an artist or before we started taking on projects was we found this immense happiness and gratefulness that we had found something that gave us a reason. That first time that you're just thinking about your instrument and you're not at it and you're just like, I want to play more. The first time that you can envision a piece of art and you go, I can't wait to get back to the canvas. I'm going to make that real. That is a very important part of understanding how grateful we can be in this process. So that's why this week I wanted to take a moment to talk to you guys about, while we do have a thought in our mind about the destination that we want to go, we have to be really careful how we envision that particular way that we mentally visualize and approach our envisionment of who we are, our plans, our dreams, so to speak. We want to actually be able to make that be an inspiring part of our life and not something that we use as a mirror that is a reflection of where we're not yet, like we're not there yet, and then looking at ourselves badly. So the thing to take away from this particular thought process is when I envision something, when I create the idea for a project, or when it comes to me, do I look at that as an opportunity to reverse engineer that vision and find my way towards that? Almost like an X on a treasure map. Do you like looking for treasure? Do you like having the fun of just going, oh, I thought it was near the palm tree, and then we went and dug in the sand for a while, and then we found out it was in a chest near this little lake or something? And are you having fun doing that? Or are you only envisioning just having all the gold and the rainbows in the background while you just have riches? Because let me tell you something, whenever you get to the place where you envisioned, there's going to be a farther new vision that will come out. And part of enjoying your destination is actually enjoying the devotion. If we just look for the destination, we just look to be at the final ending, you're always going to be looking for something more or find out something else happened. Small funny thing, I've been looking to save a certain amount of money for a while. I've been, really working towards a better financial stability along with releasing music and having a lot of fun. And my life has been much more beautiful because I've been enjoying my devotion and my processes so much that the results are just kind of like these, I just noticed that I approach them like an exit on a freeway. They come up and I pass them, or I can take that exit. And one of the things I'm starting to realize is that, I saved the perfect amount of money and then I got in like the funniest little car accident, and it's not a big deal. It's actually financially very small, but it kind of made me laugh because I had just hit that goal. And life has an interesting way of going, hey, when you get to that particular destination, how do you deal with it? What are some of the parameters you're willing to work with? So keep in mind that wherever we go, we could always want something more, or we could be proud of our devotion, proud of where we are. Again, even take the word proud away. Being proud of yourself is great, but being grateful is even more. It is more holistic. It is more throughout, and it puts the activity and it puts the action first before we put our ego and our soul into it and say, hey, this action matters because it's me. This action matters because I had a vision and I brought that to fruition and I can share that with the world. So that's something that is incredibly gorgeous that we can all do. So I just wanted to say thank you, you guys, for watching episode 56. If you've made it this far in the episode, please type the word golden. Again, this is going to be golden, Golden. I love the word golden. It's been my thing the last couple weeks. So yeah, type the word golden if you've made it this far. And I do have something special coming up for you guys in the next couple of weeks for those who have actually wrote words in the thing. There's a few of you. There's 4 or 5 of you. So I got you. And remember, guys, I am so thankful for everything. But above all else, stay toned and toneful.